Council is right. We can't talk about it. We're not going to make any decision tonight, but I do have a few comments that I do want to make. And I'm sure you want to hear about it as San Clemente's elected representative to this board. Along with that, I do have a request for a future board item, and I would request that the board president honor my request. This is the second time I've made the request, and it was ignored and denied the first time. So given council's admonitions here, I have a prepared statement here, and I'm going to read it and stick to the script. Hopefully I won't get myself in trouble, but I hope you won't hold it against me.
I'd just like to ask for quiet when Trustee Elkman reads this statement, please. Thank you.
I'm sorry?
I just ask for quiet while you read your statement,
Thank
please.
you. So, with respect to the Michael Holt situation, I think we could all agree it's been an unmitigated disaster from a communications perspective. I have to ask people in this audience, are you satisfied with the response? It is a personnel matter. Just trust us.
No.
The sad fact of this matter is that it is indeed a personal matter and we can't provide details or information. I think many in this room understand that, but when taking the drastic action of removing a sitting and popular principal a few short weeks before graduation, before the 50th anniversary celebration, and in the middle of AP and IB exams, the district has to make some effort to provide some information. Not having a response or game plan from a communications point of view is simply not the right way to go. While we cannot provide a direct answer, we have to at least try to give some clarity. I wrote an opinion piece last Friday sharing some of my thoughts regarding the Principal Holt situation, focusing primarily on communications. I also called for him to participate in the end-of-year ceremonies and graduate with this class. Moving him when we did was the wrong thing to do. I stand by those words. As an acknowledgement to Julie Heidel, she wrote in a comment last week in response to my piece that the issue was not so much about how he was removed, but rather why he was removed. And that is what I want to talk about briefly, again, subject to the admonitions of council. What is well known is that this board voted without dissent to re-elect Principal Holt. In other words, I personally voted not to renew his contract, and I thought I made the right decision based upon the information provided to the board by staff at that time. I have reflected upon the matter greatly and still believe this board acted appropriately with what it had, and I stand by my vote. San Clemente is a small town and very vocal. The common themes I heard in the last week and a half were: 1, did the staff provide the board with the right information? And 2, look into the Principal Holt matter yourself. As to the last point, I decided to do just that. I reached out to Michael and he agreed to meet. He was kind enough to welcome me into his home this past Sunday, making time during Mother's Day. I found the conversation to be frank and honest, but what surprised me the most were the documents he showed me. There were documents relating to his personnel matter which I cannot discuss, but I had not previously seen, and I do not believe they've been provided to this board. While the documents provided were without question a small portion of his file, what I saw bothered me greatly. Again, I cannot discuss the specifics because this is a personnel matter, but some of the specifics and allegations asserted against Principal Holt were not discussed in connection with non-renewal and are factually incorrect. Principal Holt was accused of engaging in certain conduct that he did not do. Conversely, he was accused of engaging in other actions which in fact he did do. I say this with absolute conviction because I have first-hand personal knowledge. In other words, I was personally there. I even went so far as to discuss with the superintendent the actions he had taken and let it be known he had done it well. I cannot opine on the legitimacy of the remaining allegations, but given what I do know, I must question their validity as well. I also wonder if this board was provided with all the information necessary to make a full and informed decision, or if instead we were provided with a narrative to support a hidden agenda. I find the multiple reports received from district employees who worked in San Clemente troubling in how they received explicit instructions that, quote, under no circumstances are you allowed to speak with Trustee Amy Hanachek or Trustee John Alpay. The statements were not only made by Michael Holt, but multiple employees currently employed in good standing. It appears that the district has an internal as well as an external communications issue. In closing, with apologies to Jim Sigafus, who stole some of my thunder, I believe that this board needs to authorize an independent investigation into the facts and circumstances surrounding Mr. Holt's personnel matter. The review should focus not only on the facts and whether allegations asserted have any basis in reality and whether the process was properly respected. An independent investigator should report directly to the board, have access to all files and materials, and ability to interview all parties. I ask we agendize this board for board discussion. I have already asked Principal Holt if he would cooperate with such an investigation, and he stated plainly that he would do so. Just so we are clear, this is the second time, again repeating myself, that I requested this be agendized. I request that this request be honored. I believe we all deserve answers.